Hi everybody, this is Sean from hzadeducation, and today we're going to discuss IELTS writing task 1 templates that a lot of you have been asking for. The task 2 templates are going to be the very next video. That's going to be class 3. Today we're on class 2 of 15 classes as we cover every single module within these 15 classes for the IELTS exam. Let's get started. We basically first need to understand the two question types, informal and formal. Yes, you're thinking about the semi-formal, and this is what I want to talk to you about. A lot of people think there is a third template, and they confuse their structures and writing so much with the semi-formal thing. So let me address that. First of all, informal topics are the ones that are written to friends or family. Friends or family, remember that. Everybody else is formal. Simple. Okay, remember that definition. Now, when it comes to something in between, let's say your neighbor or your colleague, then it's a matter of the context, not the person who you're writing to, but what you are writing about. So if your neighbor is inviting you for a barbecue, it's an informal letter. You would use this template here that we'll look at in a second. But if that neighbor is complaining to you about your loud noises at home, that becomes a formal letter. And then all you got to do is follow the right template, formal or informal, based on the context. There is no need to invent a semi-formal template because semi-formal blends in both. However, the topics based on the contexts are either informal or formal. Simple as that. Now, let's look at the informal template. You're going to start with dear and the name of the person. Later on, I have a sample answer to show you how it is to be done in action. Remember to take just the first name, not the whole name, or don't say Mr. or Miss because it is informal. Your first sentence or first paragraph is just a greeting, nothing more than that. And you never mention the purpose here. Don't ever say, I'm writing this letter because this is informal. The first thing you do when you meet friends or family is you are informal, you greet them. You say, I hope you're doing well. It's been a while since we last spoke. Simple greeting, something you can copy paste and something you can modify based on the context. You got two sentences here, and this one has an exclamation mark, which I'll talk about later. Now, each of the bullet points that you will have, you should organize them in a separate body paragraph. So bullet point 1 from the question goes to body 1, bullet point 2 goes to body 2, bullet point 3 goes to body 3. This keeps all of them separate, gives you your structure and coherence marks, and also you will be forced to elaborate each bullet properly once you separate them, because a lot of you mix them up and swallow some points from one while trying to do the other. So keep them separate. Rule number 1. Rule number 2 is to start off every body with good connectors that show a good flow. So here you're going to use first of all in body 1. Body 2 you're going to use plus, something that perfectly fits an informal email or letter type. And then body 3, because you're going to an end, you're going to use finally. And these connectors also show the examiner a range. First of all, 3 words plus 1 word. So there's a range, and then with this you have a li, which is an adverb, which gives you, again, more range of parts of speech. Now, you're going to finish off with a greeting as well. I hope this helps. Let me know if you need anything else. Again, something you can easily copy paste in all informal situations. And then you can also adapt it here, for example. I hope this is something that you will find helpful for your journey, for your healthcare, for whatever, based on the context of the question. Now, you can see with take here, which is our final salutation, we have an exclamation mark again. So exclamation marks show expressions, right? It shows like love, hatred, or in this case, care. And why we're using that here, is because we want to show the examiner that we understand that it is an informal situation and we are using feelings. We're being expressive because it's informal. When you do this here, you gain more marks because of the variety of punctuations. When you do this in the formal emails or letters, you lose marks. So exclamation marks are great for informal letters, but not for formal ones. Now you're going to finish off with your first name, not the full name, because this is an informal letter. Let's see this in action. Here is a sample answer using our template, starting with dear, just the name, and I hope you're well, and here is the template slightly modified to fix the context of the question. First of all, plus, finally, and I hope this helps. Let me know if you need anything else. Take care, Sarah. There it is on the screen. You can pause the video and read it if you would like. Let's move on to the formal template, and here you have the start with dear. You could use sir, madam, or the name, but if you do use the name, make sure to put Mr. or Miss with it. Sometimes based on the context, you can also say dear hiring manager, like you can use their job title as well. I'm writing to inform you about, and put your main reason here. So you see the big difference that we have in paragraph 1 from formal to informal emails is here in the formal template, you give the reason right away in the intro. Okay, so the reason goes right at the start. Now, the body one, again, you can see the professionalism here with the bullet points and the body paragraphs, because now we're starting off each with advanced academic words. Mainly, in addition, lastly. These are going to be your connectors this time, once again showing good variety to the examiner. And your finish is, thank you for your time and consideration, comma, and I look forward to your response. This and putting these two clauses here and here gives you a good complex sentence at the end, which is academic, professional, and something that can be used for all types of formal emails, letters, pretty much. You can also slightly modify it based on the context of the question. And finish off with sincerely. Again, this is the formal salutation. Sarah Alexander, your full name would go at the end. Full name, not the first name only. Here is a sample writing in action. Dear Mr. Jarek, purpose right there at the start. Body 1, 2, 3. You can see the connectors at the start, and remember, this answers bullet 1, this answers bullet 2, this answers bullet 3, neatly structured and separated. Conclusion, finish with salutation. And there we go. That is all you need to know to build a solid structure for a 7+ band score in IELTS writing. If you want more advanced versions of this, we have our IELTS 15-hour course in the description that gives you even more advanced, complex words and phrases that score a lot higher. However, this will set you off with an excellent foundation. Work on this, practice this, you will see your writing look flawless and way more organized. If you found value in this video, please consider sharing, subscribing, and liking, and stay tuned because this is only class 2 of 15. We got 14, or at this point 13 more to go. So there's going to be lots of good content and tips and tricks coming up. Once again, check out our 15-hour course in the description. It is an improvement guarantee or all your money back. Until next time.